welcome to the Pat Sheranian Show. So good to be with you today. Boy, I'll tell you, this is my kind of weather. I like it not quite snowing, but cold enough to have kind of a drizzle. Then I think I'm in London, someplace very exotic.
All right.
London's not so exotic. Maybe the jungle somewhere with a little wet rain coming down. But boy, the weather's been just good. For somebody that doesn't like snow, this has been a good year.
This has been fantastic.
All the skiers can't stand me because I'm over here praying for dry land. I have Roger Stron on with me today, and I'm going to ask you to turn down the feedback, if you would. Thanks so much. I'm hearing myself twice, and once is enough. Roger owns this newspaper, Tidbits, that I just am loving. If you haven't picked this up, then he's going to give you a phone number to call so that you can make sure that you can find one. They can be delivered to your office, your business. They don't deliver to homes because unless you want 25 or 30 at one time. But you need to know about this and what's happening. So we're going to be talking about this for a half hour. And then the second half hour, Dr. Steve Baker is coming back on with me. And we're going to be talking of some more. We were on last week and he had pins and needles in me. And my arm feels a lot better and I have a larger range of motion. So I invited him back. How's that? I get him on the air. He gives me a treatment. We wash, and it really works. I don't mean we wash. I mean we wash the air. We trade the air time. That didn't sound good at all. Okay, we're going to go to commercial break. I'm going to be right back, and I want to tell you about a little company called Styling. They've been doing my hair. Teresa has them. She has a need out there. I'm going to tell you what it is. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Are you an athlete looking for a natural boost to your workout? Have you studied up on the benefits of nitric oxide production to your performance? Then you'll want to try Kyani's Nitro Extreme. Nitro Extreme promotes cardiovascular health and improved blood flow, supports muscle contraction and relaxation, as well as nerve transmission. I use Nitro Extreme right before I lift weights, and I've never been stronger in my entire life. If you don't try Nitro Extreme, you'll never know what you're missing. Call 801-362-9552 to order yours today. That's 801-362-9552.
I'm Diana Hoffman, host of Healing Talk Radio. Everything you thought you knew about the brain is changing. There's an explosion of new research about how to repair our minds, heal our emotions, and enhance our relationships. Join me every Friday at noon as we interview top experts, review books, and debate the controversies. Healing Talk broadcasts live on KHQN 1480 AM and video streams at UtahValleyLive.com. For information, go to HealingTalkRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Roger Stron. I'm here to tell you about Tidbits of Utah County. No death, divorce, devastation, or destruction, just good news for good people. You'll find us everywhere in Utah Valley, in doctors' offices, restaurants, mechanic shops, anywhere that people wait. We have over 35 features of fun, family-friendly entertainment. To find a paper or to advertise, call Roger at 801-616-6288. Again, that's Roger at 801-616-6288. We're Tidbits of Utah County, the happy paper for Happy Valley.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us on KHQN AM 1480. We appreciate your time. We hope that we can fill it with something fun for you today and interesting. Also on pat.utahvalleylive.com. I'm moving around a little bit because we're filling up airtime with new hosts as they become trained. Then suddenly they appear and I go to another hour. So that's why I am moving around. But I always like to have Roger Stron back on the air with me because he's the guy with the latest news. And we're just sitting here talking about, we're grateful to the Daily Herald. That's a different kind of newspaper. That carries all the world events, the mayhem, the crazies, and whatever's going on in the world, as well as local news. This is an entirely different kind of paper. This is a happy paper for Happy Valley. And Roger's going to tell us how he got started, and then he just brought my attention to something that's going on with the Hewish family. I'm assuming it's the family or the estate.
It's the fellow who owns the Hewish Theater now.
Okay.
After.
Okay. So he's going to bring us up to date on that and some other things, and some people that have new ads running with new products and new interesting things going on. I also want to mention Styling. It's Teresa Wilson owns this little place. I've been going to Teresa when she started in her home. She had a little home salon. And her youngest son was then 2, and he's now 18. And she's been out in Orem for a long time on State Street. She's located at 1464 North State Street, and her phone number is 226-3420, 226-3420. And the reason I bring this up is not only has she been very good to me over the years, I call her at the last minute and go dashing when I have a minute, and she always works me in. She works very fast. She's very good. Full range of everything you need and want for your hair, both men and women and children, especially good with children. But she's looking for hairstylists, and she's looking for people that are, of course, well-trained, and they can come in and buy their booth, or they can work on commission, either way. So let me give this phone number out again, 226-7420, 226-7420. No, that's not right. 226-3420. 226-3420. And she's out in North Orem. Before you get, if you're going north, it'll be before you get to 1600. It's where the, Blockbuster used to be there, but they're not there anymore. It's a dance studio, but they're on the east side of the street in a little strip mall next to Radio Shack, out that way. So give her a call if you have those talents, or one of your grandchildren or kids looking for a place to work with a nice clientele. And I appreciate you, Teresa. And again, Dr. Baker's coming on with me at the bottom of the hour. He's going to do some acupressure and acupuncture again. So if needles bother you, you'll be all right on the radio, but you may want to look away. And I'm really getting range of motion back in my arm. I'm very excited about that. So he's going to keep coming on until I get this full use of the shoulder back. All right. Now, let's talk about you and how you wound up being involved with this little paper, because Tidbits of Utah County, the neatest little paper ever read, and I believe it. It's true. I miss it. If I can't get to it by Monday, I'm certainly first thing here Tuesday morning looking for it. Over 5 million readers weekly nationwide.
Nationwide, that's correct.
That's a lot of people reading this puppy. It's free. If you have a product or an issue or a service that you'd like to pay to have a little ad in the paper, his circulation is growing daily. And you're out pounding the streets and talking to people all over this county.
It's one of the benefits of the job, is getting to meet all the people here in the county and see how new businesses are starting up and old businesses are staying going in this time. They're going.
They're able to hold tight, and they have, and there are. And we know that. So these ads are in here. You don't charge an arm and a leg.
No, we've done a lot of comparison shopping, and we think that we provide the most economical ads in the valley.
I think that's great. We're going to talk about some of these ads. But first, let's tell them a little bit about you and your wife, and just remind people how you happen to have this paper. You know, we say often there are no jobs. We hear people say there are no jobs. Well, there aren't many. But if you're inventive, if you're creative, and we all are, we were created by a creator. We have creativity in us. And if you just keep your eyes open and look for things that you enjoy, things that make you happy, then they'll have a success story like you have. And I love your story because there was nothing there. And when it came across in front of you, you both looked at it, you and your wife, and said, all right, let's do it. And you're doing it.
That's exactly what happened. We were on a trip to go visit with family. We were over in Colorado, and we were sitting in a little diner, and there was a paper there on the table, a couple of them. Tidbits. We picked them up, and my wife was doing the crossword puzzle. I was reading some of the events in there, and it's really kind of interesting because the fellow sitting at the table next to us asked, he says, are you going to the big event? You going to be here this afternoon? And we went, well, what event are you talking about? He says, well, right there in the paper. We have a big thing here in Grand Junction, and it's going to happen, and there'll be, fireworks and everything. Well, we were traveling, so we couldn't stay, but the information was there, and we got to meet somebody just because there was a paper on the table. And so we took the paper with us, and we're driving down the road, and we'd seen it before, but we hadn't seen one here in Utah. So I asked my wife, that exact question. Have you ever seen one in Utah? No, never have. Well, let's call and find out about it.
I love it.
So we did, and a week later we were in what they called Tidbits University. We were learning how to put out a paper, so we've been off and running since then.
I just love it. I mean, you just saw an opportunity and you said, let's give it a try. And I would recommend that for a lot of people. Most of the jobs that I've had over the years have happened when I saw a company that interested me, then I went in and talked them into hiring me and said, I can do this. I can make this happen for your company. And that's really what you did with this. You came, the timing was right, and you took a chance.
That was really it.
You weren't a newspaper person, were you?
Oh no, I spent my life working for wages, and I was an engineer in the semiconductor industry, and got tired of that. So I'd retired from that, and we were looking for something else to do, and I've studied entrepreneurs for a long time, and I kind of describe entrepreneurs as the people who will jump off a cliff and build the wings on the way down.
It's true. It's true.
So it's hard to believe.
And we're also people that borrow all the money from all of our friends and relatives
Yep.
at least 4 or 5 times around, and you don't quit. You don't quit.
You just keep going on. So
entrepreneurs do
it's
not
hard
quit.
it's hard to believe that we're in that camp now, but we are, and we're very pleased with the paper. It's one of the things that happens is daily I get feedback on the paper. Just yesterday I was into Wiggy Wash down in the Spanish Fork, and a girl that works in there, I came through the door and she goes, "Oh, there you are, there's my Sudoku." And that's one of the features that we have in the paper is a number puzzle, and she says she lives for the paper to show up every week, and so she can work on her Sudoku. So
are you still delivering all the papers every Monday?
Oh, it's I can't not do that because it's such a great opportunity to get out and meet people in the community.
Well, I know, but after a while, you're not going to be able to cover the county by yourself.
Well, no, and I do have a fellow who's helping me in Springville now, and as time goes on, we'll add other people. But it's my intent to stay out on the street meeting people, because that's where the real feedback comes from.
So when somebody
the fun
says get off the street, you say no.
No, I'm born for the street.
I just love that you took an opportunity and you're making it work, and the paper's growing because it's getting heavier. So it's growing. But let's talk about this, because you mentioned it, and there are so many things in here to do. I've mentioned some of these things before, but there's the little thing called the garden bug. They're just a lot of little helpful hints. Now, these come from the national office, right?
Yes.
From the headquarters, the majority, but there are a lot of things in here that are geared just for our community. Payson has news in here. Pleasant Grove News, Spanish Fork Community, Springville News. There are all kinds of crossword puzzles if you're into that. And then let's do this story since it's back here. It's on the back, but it's tidbits about Utah County. And this is one I didn't know about. It says, "Attention Payson business owners." And let's start with that. I
met with several people down in the Payson Chamber of Commerce, Noreen Jensen being the person that's really connected me with a lot of the others. We talked, and we found out what was going on down there, and they were doing it was this last weekend. It was a program called A Night on Broadway.
Okay.
And what they did is the Payson Theater Group put on did all the songs from Broadway, just from a variety of different shows.
With different people, community.
The community did it. It was fantastic. And what this was is a fundraiser to restore the Hewish Theater that's down there. If you are,
is it on Main Street? Where is it?
Utah Avenue and where State Street crosses Utah Avenue. So if you take the exit, pull right into Main Street
off of I-15.
Off I-15, continue on into where you can either go straight through Old downtown,
right,
or you can turn
right
and
go around.
You go around the corner, and
it's right there.
It's right there, yeah.
All right.
So
has it just been in disrepair and sitting there? Is that kind of what?
It's my understanding is, and I apologize for not remembering the name of the fellow, but there was a doctor, I believe he was, down there. He and his wife were very active in the community, and were helped out all they could with the theater activities, the art activities, and she was ill and had they knew about the theater and knew that it needed to be restored because it had been such a centerpiece in the town in times gone past. And so she made him promise that he would restore it. And he is currently working on it, doing a wonderful job. They've just redone the cement out front. They had this fundraiser. So there's all kinds of activities that are going on.
Was this originally the Hewish family, Dr. Hewish?
I believe the original owners were. I don't believe that's who owns it now, but I can't. I'm not 100%
it would be
sure
the
on that.
estate, yeah. But they're restoring, and so this is going to be for live plays, things like that, and events.
Yes,
we're not talking about movies.
No, they may down. That may be something to do occasionally, but it's not going to be primarily a movie theater. Although in the past that's what it was, but it's also been a great place for the community to gather and to do live active events there. So.
Well, it says Performing Arts and Cultural Education Center.
That's the intent.
And that will be so nice for that community.
Won't it,
that
though?
is just great. Yeah. Well, and then one of these, the ad that is tied into this is Big O Tires. And I'll let you tell that part of it.
Well, Noreen put myself and Kevin together. Kevin owns the Big O store there in Payson, and she put the two of us together, and we were trying to figure out how we could support this activity. And what we decided was that we'd put an ad in the paper, and the ad could then have supporters, sponsors of the Hewish helping to support this restoration.
Great.
They would take out ads, and Kevin stepped right up. He's an amazing guy.
So they're fundraising.
He stepped right up, and he paid for the ad to start with, just 100%. And we've provided space in here where other people can take out ads, and
that's great.
What we're doing is half of all of the money that's raised through the ad program will be donated
Place
to
your
the
ad
Hewish.
here and help support the Hewish restoration.
Yep.
That's great.
One half of the ad fee will go to the Hewish restoration.
I'm talking with Roger Stron, and he is the force behind all of this, and he is a force to deal with for sure. But let's give you his phone number because you may be very interested, particularly if you've been connected to the arts in the past, and particularly down in the Payson area. You can get hold of Roger by calling 801-616-6288, 616-6288. Now, that applies for this. If you're interested in running an ad, then that number also, if you'd like to have an ad to tell folks what you're doing in your community or what you're doing in your business or your service. I just caught the top of the page here. There's an article about love and marriage. Where'd that come from? Hello?
That's just one of the articles that is in here.
It's in the paper.
The people come. We're not just an ad newspaper. We have editorial stories that go on. There's over 30 features in the paper, and of course this week we were focusing on the Valentine's theme.
Oh, yeah.
And so how that tied into love and marriage.
And then there's the top 10 hottest magazines, nuggets of knowledge, kid bits for kids and junior crossword puzzles, pet bits, all kinds of health bits. And this just goes on for pages. You get hooked. That's really what happens. You start reading this little paper, and you take 1 or 2 days, and you've gone through all the little articles, and you've done the crossword puzzles, and now you're waiting for the one to come next Monday. And it is. I can see where the kids said to you, I'm glad you're here, because you look forward to it.
And that's, again, some of the people that are out there listening that might want to call in. There's no cost to the stores that have the paper in for distribution. There's no cost to the readers. And any place that's looking to get their clientele to return and come back to them, put our paper in, and that's exactly what will happen.
All right, well, let's do this. Tell the folks a couple of places, just as they pop to your mind, of where they can get this paper in to pick it up, places they might walk into in Utah County.
Right here in downtown Provo, just down on South University, is Norma Jean's.
The cafe,
yes.
Norma Jean's Cafe.
Yes, and going down Center Street, we've got Two Jack's Pizza.
Oh, okay.
They both of those places just put out a tremendous number of papers. We have some new distribution points going north on University is the Jeweler's Bench. And
that's Daniel. Daniel is running ads with us and in your paper. That's great.
And one of the things, it's on the front of the paper there, it says, we buy gold. If you have some old gold that's sitting around and it's been, collecting dust in the drawer, you may not want to sell it, but you take it into Daniel there, and he will take that gold and he can completely design it into a whole new piece for you.
He can.
So,
and also, if you're not sure it's gold or silver, take it in. He can tell you in a few minutes if it is or not. And gold's running at a high cost now. I mean, I took some down the other day. It pays well.
and there's everybody's now getting in the business of buying gold, but not all of them are giving you
no,
the
you
best
don't get
value
top dollar.
for it.
He will give
so
you top dollar.
go into the expert, go into the jeweler, and you will get top dollar for your gold, your jewelry.
And he's so nice to work with.
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah, he really
Just
is.
a really nice guy. Nice family. One of his kids works with him there
Yep.
now. And they're not quite to 300 North, right, on the west side of University Avenue. The Jeweler's Bench.
Yeah, it's called the Jeweler's Bench.
What's the address on there?
275 North University.
Yeah, between 2nd and 3rd North on the
Yep.
west side of the street. Easy parking out front, and there's some parking right next to his store there also. Tell him we sent you.
We have another new one that is especially pertinent today with Valentine's coming up. Right here on the front page of the paper is Edible Arrangements. They're a brand new advertiser with us. They're on the University Parkway, not University Avenue, but University Parkway.
They're at 2255 North. They're in the same center as Dr. Baker.
They are.
They're on the
right
same.
down
It's where the old
street.
Albertsons used to be on University Parkway. And just go right in there. I have not tried these. I've seen the place.
It's fantastic. They do these. They do these beautiful. They
I'm
look
trying
like.
to find the right words because I love fruit, and they've combined the fruit with flowers and just the cutest things.
Well, they take them and they look like they are just beautiful floral arrangements, but they're edible. And I was
Is this edible?
Absolutely, the one you're looking at
Yeah.
right there.
For the radio
flower there
audience,
is
I'm
done
looking at something that looks like a daisy, and along with the strawberries, which I recognize, and some other things. But
and they've taken pineapple and cut it into the
that's what
flower
it is.
shape,
That's
and
what it
melon
is.
there for the center. And the other day when I was in there, they gave me a sample of an apple slice. It was, I believe, a Granny Smith apple slice, and they had dipped it in dark chocolate.
Oh.
Now, those are not two flavors that I would have thought to put together, but let me tell you, it was absolutely fantastic.
Can we give out their phone number? Should we give out their phone
bet.
number?
You
It's
bet.
801-477-1990. 801-477-1990. And I'm assuming they put it together and send it out the same day to your dear loved one.
I can't guarantee what time it'll be.
I would love to be on your list.
But
That would be such fun.
I do know this: if you tell them that you saw their ad in the tidbits, you're going to get $4 off of your order.
We'll hold it up, and this way you can get $4. And the radio audience, you tell them you couldn't see it, but you heard it on the radio, and they'll give you $4 off.
And they do deliver all over Utah County, so it's one of the ways that you can look like a real hero come Valentine's Day.
Is
You
this
can
a
have one
little?
of these
Is this a
beautiful-
family?
It is. They're just a startup, and they have started here in the valley, and they're very well received because it's such a unique gift you haven't seen before. It's something that everybody can enjoy. You know, you and your Valentine can sit and eat that together and just have a fantastic
That's fun.
time.
That is. It looks like it's in a cute red tub. All these goodies, the big bouquet. Well, that is fun, and it's called Edible Arrangements.
Edible Arrangements.
And underneath it's got "I love you." That looks so cute. And then there's another one I hadn't seen before, and it's called Innovative Auctions of Utah, and I know nothing about that. So can you tell me about that?
This one is up at 26 State Road in Pleasant. So
Pleasant Grove?
26 State Street in Pleasant Grove,
Okay.
yes. It's right across from the Purple Turtle. Everybody knows
Oh,
where the
everybody
Purple
knows the
Turtle
Purple
is. So
Turtle.
yeah,
So
it's
across
just
that big
across,
intersection.
And you'll
Okay.
see it sitting on the corner there. It has a lot of cars in the parking lot.
Oh, and they actually have the auctions right there.
They hold the auctions right there. They do them every Wednesday night, and
Do
they
you
do
have
them
to be a
every
dealer
other
or,
Saturday. You just
no?
walk in as a person, and it's
Customer?
really it's really amazing. They have these auctions. You see a lot of the reality shows that do
Right,
the auctions.
right.
Well, it's happening right here in Pleasant Grove, and people are coming up with all kinds of fantastic treasures that they've got. And if you look into the coupon section on our paper, what you'll find is
wait.
No, this ties in. Okay.
But I want to know, is it just cars?
Oh, no. Thank you for saying that.
Because you just said something. I'm looking at a picture of a car, so this is anything.
It's cars. It is personal belongings. It is estate sales. They do. You just need to go and see the incredible range of things that they have there. And in addition to that, in our section of the paper, the coupon section, what they have done is they've included a $20 bill. Now, what I mean by that is there's a coupon there that's good for $20. You go in, you bid on whatever it is, and if you win the bid, you give them that coupon and it counts as $20. So if there was a light that you liked, a lamp that you liked, and the winning bid was $20, all you do is give them the coupon and walk home with the lamp. It's just amazing.
And the coupon they just give you, so it's kind of a chance deal?
It's right here in the paper. It's
in the paper?
Center section, yeah.
You take it out of the paper?
Yeah.
I had no idea there was an auction out
Right,
there, and then I thought it was cars, and I thought, well, I don't want to go to that.
$20
This is a big yard sale.
Oh, it's better than a yard sale.
This is really
fun. This really is looking for treasure.
How do you get your things on the auction?
Give them a call at 801-910-8384.
Give it again.
Tell them that you heard it in or saw it in the Tidbits or heard it on the radio on Pat's show. And again, call 801-910-8384. And talk with them about the kinds of things they'll trade for anything. They especially like rare coins, and and they even trade for currency.
That is really fun.
This is a fun place to go.
That would be fun in Pleasant Grove, and it's that big intersection right near the Purple Turtle.
There,
can't miss that.
Yep.
Can't miss that one. It's right there. I think it's on the west side of the street, right? Kind of on the southwest.
Yep.
Okay, what is this promoting local commerce at great rates? What's that about?
And there in the center section, a fellow that I met, Chris
these
Baird.
Are mailers and postcards and things like that.
Yeah, Chris Baird was doing these coupons, and he was going around to various businesses, and they would put an ad in his little handout, and then he would leave those handouts for at each place. And he and I met one another through the Provo Car Doctor, and we got a chance to talk, and I really liked the idea. One of the most requested things for the paper was people wanted coupons in it. Here was a fellow who had gone around and found 30 different businesses that were giving out coupons. So he and I talked. We now have our treasure chest here in the paper. It's Chris Baird. His company is been served, Pay Forward. And he offers an amazing number of things. So first of all, he's promoting ads for us. But second of all, if you have copying that you need done, if you have vinyl signage that you need done, he does all of those things.
Great. And is he located close by?
Well, you can reach him through the paper.
Okay.
So just call the 801-616-6288. You can reach Chris directly at 801-814-8213. Again, that's 801-814-8213. Or you can look him up, been served, pay forward at hotmail.com.
All right, very good. Thanks for being with us. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Please stay there. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our broadcast. Please do us a favor and take a moment to call, text, or email your friends and family and let them know about this show. We're live on this radio station, KHQN AM 1480, and on UtahValleyLive.com, where this show will be archived for later viewing. Also, Utah Valley Live is seeking additional programming for our growing network, talk shows about religion or politics, how-to shows, and more. Go to UtahValleyLive.com and send us your contact information and the type of show you would like to broadcast.
Hi, I'm Mary Louise Zeller, an independent distributor with Kayani. I, in 3 years, have achieved the rank of Blue Diamond. Let me tell you about one of Kayani's 3 products they call the Triangle of Health. It's called Sunset, Kayani Sunset. It's based on wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, so it's a very, very high quality omega-3 fish oil. And it's guaranteed to be free of toxic chemicals like cadmium, mercury, PCBs, all of which cause cancer. But this is guaranteed to be mercury-free. What makes this product a breakthrough in human health product, though, are the vitamin E tocotrienols that it's preserved by. And these tocotrienols, if you even go to PubMed.gov, Public Medicine, the U.S. National Medical Library online, put in the search box tocotrienols, and you will see that if it's not talking about cardiovascular health, brain health, it's talking about being anti-tumor, anti-cancer. This product is a breakthrough in human health.
Moving? LDSagents.com is a free nationwide service connecting you with over 3,000 real estate agents who understand questions about meeting house locations, ward boundaries, early morning seminary, and family neighborhoods. Buy, sell, or finance with an agent who understands you. LDSagents.com.
Okay, we're back. This is Pat Sheranian. You'd be amazed what goes on here at the when we have commercial breaks with big guys moving in and moving out. Dr. Steve Baker is with me, and he said he had one of those mornings. Patients coming and going.
You know, just one of those mornings.
Just one of those mornings. But we're glad that you've got here with us for sure. I'm being really very, very selfish about all of this because he was on last week, and my shoulder, I've gotten so much more range just from the few minutes we spent here. And also just wanted to remind you that the workshop that I went to, with some friends, in fact, there were 16 of us, at Dr. Baker's office with his brother-in-law, Dr. Craig Johnson, it was back in January the 28th on a Saturday. For $25, we were there for 2 hours. We had so much fun. And we were punching and poking and carrying on, but it really helped. And I called up people that I knew and said, I know you have liberation and all this. And so they started using this little thing that you showed us how to do, and it helps. Uh-huh. And the other day I felt really dizzy, and I'm going, wait a minute, let me remember what I was doing. And so I'm pressing here, and I'm walking around doing all this in front of people. But if you know how to take care of yourself, you can prevent a lot of things. And that was the fun of the workshop, and it's coming up again on March 3rd. I'm going to be at your offices at 2255 North University Avenue, number 3, suite number 3.
University Parkway.
What did I say?
Avenue.
Oh, no, it's not Avenue. It's University Parkway. And then afterwards, we had so much fun that we just went across to Pizza Pie. And, that was bad. Uh-huh. It was so good, and we talked about everything, and that was the good part, because we learned it, we worked with it, and then we shared it. Yeah. And so it was fun having it come back, and that way it kind of locked in when we talked about it. So we're going to do that all over again on the 3rd, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock on a Saturday, March 3rd, $25. There is limited seating, so please give them a phone number they can call or text to you.
They can call 801-210-0669. So
say it again.
801-2100, so 2100.
Okay.
669.
0. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you made that complicated.
I did. 801-210-0669.
Okay, that was easier. I don't know what I was hearing. Yes.
Okay.
Now, in real life, besides putting on these workshops, and Dr. Craig's going to be there. Dr. Craig Johnson will be doing the
workshop again, yes.
And he's very, very good. And we had so much fun because they passed around these things that I can't remember the name of. But we were working on our ankles and our wrists and our neck and back of our head, and it was just really a fun thing to learn because really I thought about it later, and I thought, if you saw somebody go into a heart attack, what would you do? Most of us would know. Yeah. Do I carry aspirin around? Most people don't. And I don't even know if that would be as helpful as this little method that you showed. We're going to do some of these things this time. But in real life, Dr. Baker has Baker Chiropractic and Accident Rehabilitation Clinic. And again, it's at 2255 North University Parkway, number 3. phone number 210-0669, and particularly specializing in auto accidents, acupuncture, headaches, chronic pain, back pain, goes on and on.
Yep.
Pain in the neck.
Yep, even those pain in the necks. Now, we can't help it if that's your husband or wife. We can bring them in and make them less tolerable.
I was getting ready to say it.
Or more tolerable.
So it's, and this works. I mean, the little tidbits I've got tidbits on my mind from the newspaper. But your ad's in there, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
The little few things that I learned really were beneficial. So now I want to learn more. So I'm coming back. They gave us a copy of all of the modalities that took place that day, how to use them, pictures of everything, where the points, the meridian points, where all the points are that you touch, press.
Different acupressure points. Yeah.
Thank you. And so I'm encouraging you to call and get yourself lined up to go to this. Take time. It was casual. We were all dressed casual. It was fun. The 2 hours went really fast, and you will be so happy. So we're going to talk about some of those things today. But before I go there, I got to mention this.
Yeah.
I am working with an old friend by the name of Ron Payne, and have helped him before and really enjoyed it with his trade shows that he puts on down at the Spanish Fort Fairgrounds. And so mark your calendar. One's coming April 13th and 14th. Home Health and Hobbies, the Good Life Expo in Spanish Fort Fairgrounds coming up on April 13th and 14th. And I am selling booth space. He is selling booth space. So call me because we can work such a deal on these booths. He's got 100 booths, and if you've got something you want to talk about, you want to have people, I will be there. I will have a Kyani booth. I will have a radio booth. Tidbits is going to be there. You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there? Amazing.
You're going to be there, yes. We're going to make sure you're there because people are going to want to know what you're doing and have you try out these things that look very dangerous but aren't. And so you want to get hold of me really quick because these booths are going to go. And he provides chairs. He provides tables, all the curtains you need. I mean, things that you can't get anymore for one price. And the prices are really good. So call me, 801-362-9552, and let's get you involved in an expo. These are fun to go to. They're fun to be involved in. All right. I'm ready to go.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
So we're going to do some acupuncture again on you.
Well, let's give folks that may have just found us today.
A little idea of what we're doing?
Well, about who you are.
Okay.
Actually, he fell off the truck, and I brought him upstairs. No. So let's give your background, and then let's talk about what you're going to do to this little arm and hand again.
Wonderful. So I'm Dr. Steve Baker. Been practicing for, it's going to be 5 years here coming up in April. I do chiropractic, acupuncture. We do specialize in auto accident rehabilitation. But we can help anyone who's having like neck pain, back pain, chronic pain, carpal tunnel type discomfort. All those things are great for us to work with.
And I would say, come try this. Try this before you go to have surgery.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
I mean, if after, if you find that it doesn't work for you and you're not moving, maybe things aren't going as fast, but at least come and try it. I have avoided having surgery on my knees and my hips and my arm and a whole lot of things because we tried this and I get relief from it. So come and at least let Dr. Steve Baker work with you a little bit. You do not have to disrobe. It's not an embarrassing situation at all. It's just the easiest thing you've ever gone through, which is why I'm going to have him use some both acupressure and acupuncture on me today. And for our radio audience, again, I'll simply explain to you that I've had crippling arthritis, and Kyani really helped get rid of a lot of pain. But my knuckles were still having problems, particularly in rainy weather and stuff like that. And so we've been using these, the acupuncture on different points on my hands to relieve any pain. And I'm pain-free. I feel very good about that. But the shoulder, the torn rotator cuff, still gives me a fit because I didn't have surgery on it. And now I'm glad I didn't because it's getting better.
Yeah.
So
wonderful.
Let's do it.
Okay. So as we use some needles here in your hands, we're actually working with points that are on energy channels or meridians.
Okay.
Your body has 12 main meridians or 12 energy channels that it runs all the way from your pinky toes to your pinky on your hands.
Okay.
Up around your head, on your face. I mean, there's a lot of different points. There's over 300 main points that we use, and then there's thousands of extraordinary points and so forth that could actually be used to treat different symptoms. Anything ranging from, it could be ranging from pain, it could be digestive issues.
Now, Foster,
like
I don't know if you can get a close-up on this or not, but he just put a needle into my my little webby fingers here. Can you come up close to me on the camera? No? Okay, it won't work today. All right.
So we just put one needle in between your pinky finger and the finger next to it.
Okay.
We're just going to put some needles in between the webs here, so let's let your hand relax there.
Okay.
That's perfect. Okay. The needles are so small, it's not like getting a shot for people on the radio. And we actually use a guide to actually put the needles in.
It's a little tube that the needle drops down into, and the needle is slightly above the plastic tube, so that when he taps the top of the needle, it guides right straight into the point where he has put the bottom part of it. And so now I have 5 coming up, 5 in 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I count? So there are 4. 4 needles, and for the radio audience, these are kind of in the web area between the fingers.
Yep. And as we do that, acupuncture works on balancing the energy. So that's what we're working on doing. Sometimes there's too much energy or not enough energy in one spot. The needles help to actually help balance that out. And when we do an acupuncture...
If it doesn't get balanced, what is the problem?
Well, the energy will stay there. It can continue to get worse, or if there's not enough, it can continue to feel more and more pain.
So energy has to do with relieving or creating pain? Is that what we're talking about?
It can affect that,
Okay.
yes. So your chi or energy can affect a lot of things in your body. Your emotions can also affect your pain. I mean, there's a lot of different things that your body's totally interconnected. So your thoughts, your emotions, what you eat, your physical activity, all that stuff is connected.
Okay, so does this bring it to a point then of interest then on all of these things? I mean... I look at this and I think, how could this help a person with depression? And this morning, back swimming again, which I'm very happy about, one of the ladies at the pool asked if this type of acupuncture would help with weight gain.
With weight gain or weight loss?
Well, with losing weight.
With losing weight. There is acupuncture that will help with that. I don't specialize with that.
Okay.
So I don't consider myself a guru in that. Okay.
How about Dr. Johnson?
Dr. Johnson, he doesn't do a ton with weight loss, but we could check with him and see.
Yeah, let's check with him maybe on March the 3rd.
Yeah.
And if he does, then we learn a few things there. I would think that would be a little bit more complicated than some of the other things. Because
we use auriculotherapy when we do that. When I say that, that means points in the ear, and those help control appetite. Someone has to want to lose weight, but acupuncture can help actually control the appetite a little bit.
We all talk about wanting to lose weight.
Yeah.
If you're going to get your ears pierced all over with needles, you really better want to. And then the two together then begin to make it happen.
Yeah. Yep.
What does it block? Do you know what gets blocked?
It just helps with the chemical release in the body to help, because your body's running on chemicals too. Okay, so your body says, I'm hungry, or it never tells you that you're full if it doesn't have that release.
I think people that are overweight never feel like we're full.
Yeah.
I never feel like I'm full.
I can go and eat and eat and eat and eat. And
Wait, should we admit this on the air?
Probably not, no.
Probably not.
Can we reverse this?
We archive these things. I'm not sure I want great-great-great-grandchildren years from now watching this. But I enjoy the social business of eating. And I eat when I'm sad, and I eat when I'm mad, and I eat when I'm happy.
Sounds like a plan. Should we go to eat afterwards?
It's true. It's and yet I know people that are just slim as twigs, and they've never gained an ounce. They weigh what they weighed in high school, and they're 80 years old. And I'm going, how in the world did that happen? So, and then some of it I do believe is genetic. So, all right, now I've got 5 needles.
You have 5 needles in you now.
We don't have anything dark on me. I don't think that's dark enough for anybody to see anything.
Well, they're so small you can't see them.
Trust me, these needles are sticking out of my hand.
So we're going to do
about
some
2 inches long. Would you say about 2 inches? Yeah. Okay.
And so we're going to do some acupressure now with a Taishin.
Okay.
It's a non-piercing needle.
This is the one that looks like it's a horse needle. It's huge, but it's not.
So with a Taishin, there's a spring inside, and so we push on the point, and it looks like it's going inside the skin. But
it behaves like a ballpoint pen. It behaves like a pen where you press it and press down.
Yep.
Okay, and you're working your way. Now you're in my...
So
almost
we're just going to do
my elbow.
Yeah, we're right at your elbow right there.
So is this
it's in the crease of your elbow?
What center? I mean, what are we doing here?
We're activating acupressure point here, and this helps with the one point we put right next to your thumb, large intestine 4. That helps with anything that's in the upper body. This helps to actually make that point even more effective.
Okay. And our whole intent is to get more motion up in the shoulder.
Yeah, pain relief and more motion.
Okay.
Do you want to try your motion real quick in your...
Yeah, okay, I was here last week, then I got up to here. Let's see if we can get beyond there. The whole intent is to get to the back of my head, which I'm still not there. You see me waving that hand around with all these needles in it?
It's going to relax your hand, too. There you go. And so we're treating, we're doing 25 taps on each point here.
And they're very gentle. They're not, they're pressure. That's all you feel.
And you're not screaming, which is good. We don't have your mic muted.
You didn't tell the folks this time how you happen to be a chiropractor and get into the acupuncture also and acupressure, which I think is a great story because, boy, if you ever heard family, this is a family business. Yeah.
So my mom, dad, sister, and uncle are all chiropractors, and my grandfather was also a chiropractor. Getting into acupuncture, and they're all from St. Louis, Missouri. That's where we're from originally. But getting into acupuncture, my dad took acupuncture, I think back in the 80s, I want to say. And he actually teaches acupuncture now. He'll actually be teaching out here for doctors in March.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's coming out March
17th. MDs are finally realizing there may be something more.
Well, there are MDs that do it, but we also need it for doctors of chiropractic have to renew their credits, continuing education.
Yes.
And so this is an opportunity for them to do that.
Okay, I'm taking off scarves and so I can feel it better. Oh, that feels good. That really helps. I know some of you are suffering with various kinds of pain, and if you have a question, we do have a chat room if you'd like to type in a note on pat.utahvalleylive.com. Of course, on the radio, we're 1480 AM on the radio dial. Now, tell folks what you're doing, because this looks like but what is that? It looks like a pin.
Yeah, so
a fountain pen.
There's a couple different ways to treat acupuncture points. You can use a needle. You can use acupressure with the teishin, or just even with your fingers to activate the point. You can also use laser therapy with this is just like a kind of a laser pointer with a certain wavelength.
That's just what it is. Yeah, It's a laser point.
And holding that on there actually is pushing energy into the point. We're just treating the same point that has a needle in it
so
right
now.
So
if people don't like the needles.
Don't like needles.
This is a way to treat
and
this.
You're scared of pressure, anything touching you at all.
Okay.
Then we could use laser.
Then you use the laser. That makes sense. All right. Very good.
Yeah. So we have lots of ways to treat. Some people are really scared of needles. And I mean, these needles are so small, but still you have people that almost pass out when you put them in. Because they're just deathly afraid of them.
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a minute, so please stay there, and let's stay with us and find out what happens when he takes all these needles out, if I'm still here, and if I can move my arm better. So stay with us. Thank you.
Are you looking to create another revenue stream in 2012? Are you willing to put out the effort to generate some cash flow? Pat Sheranian is seeking 10 motivated individuals to join her Kyani team as independent distributors. Earn as much as you are willing to work for selling Kyani Sunrise, Sunset, Nitro FX, and Nitro Extreme. These great products are helping thousands of people enjoy better health and an improved financial situation. The most successful Kyani independent distributors started by trying the Kyani products, just as you can, virtually risk-free, as Kyani offers a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. Try them and don't like them, and you'll get your money back, less the shipping costs. So many people today are challenged by obesity and diabetes, or don't have enough money for their needs, and they aren't doing anything about it. Don't be one of them. Call Pat Sheranian at 801-362-9552 to find out more about Kyani and what it can do for your health and for your wealth. That's 801-362-9552.
You don't have to travel far to look how the LDS Church carried out the Lord's mandate in taking the restored gospel to the entire world. Fernando and Queta Gomez have now opened in Provo an extension of a museum that was established in Mexico City 20 years ago with the objective of collecting, preserving, and exhibiting such information. Their inspiration comes from his Aunt Consuelo's legacy, which inspired them in securing such incredible Mormon history. The seeds planted by hundreds of missionaries from Zion since the 1800s are reflected in the exhibits along with testimonies of local Mexican saints. Newspapers that were published in Mexico during the 1800s give not only the history of the LDS Church, but detail its doctrine as well. The Museum of Mormon Mexican History opens Tuesday to Friday, 2 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 6. Visit us at 1501 North Canyon Road in Provo. Admission is free. For group visits or information, call 801-830-1468, 830-1468.
This is Pat Sheranian, and we are back. Thank you for being with us on pat.utahvalleylive.com. And if you're looking for other of our hosts throughout the day, we have a full schedule right Monday through Friday from 9 to 10 o'clock a.m., from 12 to 1 p.m., and from 1 to 2 p.m. We're going to be adding 2 to 3 p.m. With new guests, and it looks like we're going to be adding pretty quick an 8 to 9 a.m. show. We're working on those now, and it's really fun to fill up a radio station and bring in new talent and new people all the time, and we're, of course, doing that because we love Utah Valley, and we want to share what's going on in Utah Valley with the rest of the world. So I hope you're listening on 1480 AM and KHQN, and share the information with a friend. Send out an email once in a while if you hear a program that you enjoy. Give them the people that were on the show, the hosts, and you can find them just by typing in utahvalleylive.com, and then look for the person's name, and all the shows will come up. They're all archived. So this is kind of fun because you'll be able to see the progress that I'm making as we go along. And I just got my arm higher than I've had it in about 6 years. And so we're getting better. If I have you on the air enough, maybe I'll get well.
Just keep bringing me every week.
I keep bringing you on and working on me at the same time. That works.
That's right.
Well, this is good. So let's talk again about, you tell the folks about the event coming up, the workshop that's coming up on March 3rd.
Yep. So on March 3rd, we have an event. We're going to be teaching everyone how to do acupressure at home. So first aid acupuncture at home. And with that, what you learn about is how to treat, headaches, back pain, neck pain, leg pain, all by using acupressure points on your body. So instead of you coming in and paying me $35 to come do acupuncture on you, you can pay $25, learn how to do it once, and you don't have to come in again. But then you have to send all your friends in.
That's true. And I've got friends coming. We loved being there. We loved being there together, and then we'd turn around looking at each other and seeing what we were all doing. And what is this thing called again?
The Tation.
I hope you've ordered some, because there's several people that wanted to purchase those and have them take them home for themselves. A couple of the things that really help people. A lot of people have indigestion. We all love Mexican food, but it doesn't all love us. And there is a point just on the right below the breastbone down here.
Yeah, right below the xiphoid process there.
Yeah, and you use your thumb or your forefinger and just press that down and kind of massage it around.
Yep.
And next thing you know, you don't have any indigestion. It's all calm and gone away. Talk about this one that I mentioned at the top of the hour.
So this one right here.
A little spot right
above your upper lip, in between the nose and your upper lip, right there in the little valley. And you can use that for when people are dizzy or if you faint or anything like that. That works really good to bring them back.
It just dizzy, lightheaded. That helps
dizzy
too.
And lightheadedness.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
And then talk about the one with the headache, because there are people that really do suffer from migraines.
So in between your thumb and your pointer finger, like in the web there, if you actually kind of grab that web with the other hand and kind of rub that, you might notice that that's sore. That is a great point for headaches. Okay, so rubbing that, and that's really anything upper body. So, upper back pain, neck pain, you can rub that stuff. If
people have had surgery, a lot of back surgery, lower back seems to be really so difficult for people, particularly if they've had surgery. Sometimes I think it eventually makes it worse. I don't know if it's scar tissue building up. But talk to me a little bit about that, because I think every day I meet somebody that's Today, this woman I was visiting with in the pool, she had her first surgery at 19, and she's now in her, she's older.
Wow.
In her 60s, and or maybe already in her 70s, but she's had so much pain all of her life and so many surgeries. So what happens if you have back pain? You lift something, it hurts. It's more than just a muscle pull.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we can do at the clinic. We can do acupuncture, chiropractic, massage. For her, what I'd recommend if she's had surgery down there is for $29, we're running a special, half-hour massage, and that'll actually include an acupuncture treatment, okay? And you could do that
at least find out.
Yeah.
You come in and find out.
It's worth it.
Okay.
For a half-hour massage and acupuncture treatment, $29. You can also do a half-hour massage or chiropractic for $29. You get to choose acupuncture or chiropractic. If you want both, then it costs a little bit more.
And if you'd like to come in and learn how to do it by yourself, it's $25 for 2 hours. And
$25 for 2 hours on March 3rd.
On March 3rd, 12 to 2 o'clock at 2255 North University Parkway, Suite 3. And then after, we all go to Pizza Pie for salad.
Yep, and you get a discount coupon to go to Pizza Pie Cafe,
Do you know that wound up costing us practically nothing? I thought
know.
they were going to pay us by the time we got it.
They were going to pay you to leave.
We ate all the pizza we wanted, all the salad we wanted. I mean, it was
Did you try
all
the pasta while you were in there?
I didn't have the pasta, but then we thought we'd done very well, and we didn't certainly need a dessert. But then somebody came and brought a chocolate pizza pie back to us at the table.
Wow.
Who ever ate a chocolate pudding cake Oreo cookie pizza pie? I'd never. Have you had those? You got to try those. And then they had some apple dumpling thing that was really, really good. And so, okay, I'm going to, I'm not going to do that next time. I'll behave myself. But, yeah, right. But this was really, it was a fun place to go after being with you, the 2 hours, and the best thing was talking it over. So, all right, so the worst case that you've had and that you helped?
The worst case that I hadn't helped, and I mentioned this on another show too, was a kid came in on his homemade wheelchair, also known as like a receptionist chair that has wheels. And when he came in, he could not really walk without two people holding him on either side. He had been hit by a car while he was on his longboard. And after the first treatment, we relieved a lot of pain. And that was just doing some muscle work and some chiropractic. And then I also actually used some acupressure, but he didn't know, to help actually relieve some of the pain. Within 3 visits, he was walking.
Oh, my.
And
I'd forgotten this. You just told us last week.
No broken bones, but he was very injured and could, just in a lot of pain, uncomfortable, can't sleep because of the pain. Within 3 treatments, he was doing a lot better.
And I should mention the girls at the office are very good. They're very sweet and easy to work with. And your office is easy to get into.
Yep.
It's step up from the street to the curb and straight in.
Yep.
It's very easy to get to at 2255 North University Avenue, and it's suite number 3. And let's give your phone number out again.
Yep, it's 801-210-0669.
One more time.
So 801-210-0669. And if you have letters on your phone, it's even easier. It's 801-2100-NOW, N-O-W.
2100 now?
Yep, that's what it spells.
That's what it works. All right, now if they want to text you and you call them back, they text CLASS.
They can text CLASS to that number.
CLASS to that number.
Yep.
And then the office calls them
We'll
back
call them
for
back
an
about
appointment.
the acupuncture class.
You can make an appointment to come in and have you work on them for $29, or you can sign up and or both, or sign up for the class at on the 3rd of March, 12 to 2, very casual. You're going to learn a lot, bring friends. You'll have more fun because you kind of work on each other.
Yeah.
You can't reach your own back, and so there are points around the neck. And now let's see what I can do with this arm. We've got just a couple of seconds left, so... Okay. Oh, my goodness. It hasn't been there. That's amazing.
Can you touch the back of your hair like you wanted to?
Almost. Oh, there it is. That's the first time in 6 years I felt the top of my head with this arm.
Okay. I have to come back next week again.
Yeah, coming back, I'm going to be all fixed.
You'll be doing the Macarena before you know it.
Yeah. And we're going to be taking years away, right?
Yes.
We're just going to remove all the years.
Yep.
Thanks so much for being with us today. We appreciate it. Love having you here, Dr. Baker. Thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for Dr. Pam Mays. She's coming up in just a few minutes. Have a great day. Be safe. Be healthy. And make some plans to make changes in your life. And we're going to work on that coming up. Thank you. Bye-bye.